Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday? That is what today is, right? It is Wednesday. Hello. It is Wednesday. Welcome in, guys. I hope everyone's had a great hump day. And I guess, we'll just do the normal, see how everything goes, where everything goes, and everything like that. We have a ceasefire. We don't have a ceasefire. Had a ceasefire, but we don't have a ceasefire. Well, yeah, we'll see how all of that goes. Somebody eventually will make up their mind what's going on with that. I don't know. Do you guys know? Heck if I know. And thank you everybody for being in here early. For our early members, we have Lindy, Snot123, Luca. Thank you guys for being in here early, and also moving over from my the one that I messed up on. I was like, it's not supposed to be here. I gotta open this and activate. We're gonna pin you to this. Cool. All right, all of that is open, good, ready to go. We also had Hungry Harvey, hi, and No Name, hello, all of the members, and of course, thank you to all of the moderators who are in here as well. I'm gonna hit go live on the TikTok streets. Ugh. Well, have a good one, Ariel. Appreciate you being here. Coming from Australia, love the discussions in owning magazines. I like the owning magazines. I know you meant MAGA, but I like the owning magazines. That's kind of funny. Magazines just is very doctor-esque, like makes me think of going to a doctor's office. You got a kitty. I love cats. Don't ever forget that I love cats. Guys, as you are coming in, be sure to hit that thumbs up, that like button up at the top of the stream for me. It does help push it out and everything. And if you are not a member, please consider becoming a member or renewing your membership or sending out memberships. All of these things help me out. And definitely go watch any videos that I post. That's another great way to help as well. Hi, everyone. Oh, look, see? I say this about becoming a member, and then this is what... Thank you, Taki. I don't want to say that one. Ty, I'm going to call you Ty. Thank you for being a subscriber for 3 months. Observing became a 7-month subscriber yesterday over on Twitch, and I appreciate that. So, Sean is here. Northside Pigeon, hello. Hello to all of the members as you are coming in. Wait, that's not... Hello? Trying to get this set up. He comes on later. Hello, kitty. He always comes on later than me, or goes on after me. Mermaid Maniacs. Oh, what about that? Oh, yeah, and as you guys are coming in on TikTok, be sure to be double tapping that screen, and most importantly, sending your daily heart me. It is about a penny. You know what I mean? Doesn't take much. Send in your daily heart me. I appreciate that, guys. You're a commander guy? All right, guys. I'll see what's going on. I need to check in on her, Kaga, but I will. Or Mermaniac? Yeah, it could be. Could be. Aslan, hello. Char, Yami. Yami. I don't know what that says, Yami. Your last message? I'm just being honest. Go ahead and hit that button for y'all. So has anybody figured out if we still have a ceasefire, or are they all just done with us? Because It was included in the ceasefire agreement that no more attacks on Lebanon, and Israel's like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, we're going to do it anyway. Listen, I just wish governments of countries would stop attempting expansionism. I think that's my biggest. Oh, thank you, Northside, for giving an update. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Yeah, I know. The Hormuz wasn't unconditionally open anyway. According to early reporting, both Iran and Oman were charging tolls to go through the strait. So, sure was free reign. Guess Trump got everything he wanted or something. Yeah, less than 24 hours. Which, I mean, we all know it was just for market manipulation anyway, so I mean, we don't know that. Let me rephrase. Most of us suspect it was just for market manipulation as it was. It's been a mess. Yeah, I agree, Dory. Oh, Dory, I thought you were a member. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I would actually agree with you, John, saying typical America. I don't know. We should have never been doing it to start with, but that's just my opinion. Hey, what do I know? He always claims complete victory. Just a reminder about, I don't know, what was it? When this first started, probably 2 weeks in, he was like, oh, I got you, Dory. 2 weeks in, Trump was talking about how unconditional surrender, he won't accept a ceasefire, blah, blah, blah. Very similar to what he did in June last year with the 12-day war. So just a little bit weird. Oh, Ty, be so careful when you go over there. Best of luck to you. Like, be so careful with that, okay? It doesn't surprise me, George, that he would be blaming Biden. That seems to be the catch-all, especially for anyone on that side. It's fine. Do what you want. Like, just how? You know what I mean? Like, how is it his fault is probably the biggest question. Like, how? Somebody explain it to me? Is that possible? Can anybody explain it to me how what's happening right now possibly be Biden's fault? Just absolutely curious. Like, what is happening right now that could possibly be his fault? Just so curious. All right, but we can read up on some things. There is a couple of funny stuff. Let me see. Well, that's not where I wanted you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, you're a kid. Please go do homework. Yes, Jay. Preferably, I am just looking for people that voted and preferably that also still support Trump. I will say preferably because sometimes I will speak to people that no longer support Donald Trump. It just depends on what they have going on. Well, don't do that. I don't want that. Okay. Okay, thanks, George. Sorry, I'm trying to... Almost forgot about this. Hey, Josiah. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. What has Donald Trump achieved since he's been back in office that's earned your continued support?
He secured the border.
And how did he do that?
By deploying the military.
By deploying the military.
Yeah. There's been 0 border crossings since he took office.
Can you
Actually, it's
find
been
me
a
that statistic on border crossings on DHS, CBP, or ICE.gov that is not a press, news, or media release?
fine. Also, why don't you support Trump?
Well, I'd
As
love
I'm
for you to
looking for
give me
that.
your information. I don't want you to get distracted.
Don't worry, I have my computer open. I'll look for it. But
Cool.
on your prompt, it says you don't support Trump. So why is that?
I don't support somebody that actively goes against the articles and amendments of the United States Constitution. Do you have that source yet?
I'm opening my computer. It's gonna take me some time.
Okay, well, I can play some hold music. That was about 30 seconds. Was that enough
Which
time?
sources? Which sources did you say you needed specifically?
DHS, IC, CBP.gov, that is not a news, media, or press release.
Okay, so DHS. Okay. Okay, so they both
Oh,
confirmed it. DHS and
okay.
CBP
So, what is the
confirmed
title
it.
on the page of
Wait, let
Department
me
of
finish
Homeland
what I have to
Security?
say.
No, I want the
Can I
title of the
finish?
page. I want to go ahead and look it up with you. So, what is the title on the page of the Department of Homeland
Okay.
Security? So, DHS.gov, what's the title?
DHS 10th straight month of 0 illegal alien release at the border.
Of 0 alien release at the border. Okay.
No, 10th straight month of 0 illegal
Yeah,
aliens
yeah, I
released at the
got
border.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Do you want to know what's at the very top of this? And oh, it's so interesting. Ooh, this doesn't help you at all. Do you see right here in like where I have just highlighted where it says press releases?
Sorry, what?
Do you see right here where I have highlighted where it says press releases?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said it couldn't be. So what's your CBP source?
Wait, hold up. You said DHS. I gave you a DHS source.
I was also,
Do you want to
sir,
try
I was
again?
very specific. I said DHS, CBP, or IC.gov. That's not a news, media, or press release. What
Wait,
is
so does
this
this
first word
article? Okay,
here?
wait.
Hold on,
Does this
hold
article
on,
confirmed
hold
it?
on, hold on. No, it does not. What does that say right there? What's that first word in the highlighted blue?
Wait, what's wrong with the press release?
Because it's just them telling people whatever they want you to hear. Press releases are not news nor facts. You can quote it to say that the administration is saying X, Y, and Z, but that doesn't prove that it is in fact a thing. And do you see how like it doesn't actually
Okay, I
where
see.
yeah, cool. So cbp.gov, I'm ready for your next one. What's the title?
One sec. I'm gonna look for that too.
Okay.
Okay, so the stats and summaries work for you from
Perfect. Hold
CBP and
on. Let me
above?
pull this. So cbp.gov, and what is the title?
Southwest land border encounters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am familiar with encounters. Now, do you know what encounters are as defined by DHS?
I guess when they just encounter an illegal immigrant at the
N-
border.
No, there's a lot. There's three parts that go into it:
What?
apprehensions, inadmissibles, and expulsions. Specifically, expulsions are Title 42 expulsions, and we no longer utilize Title 42. So, because that was a COVID era policy. Well, not era, but
Okay.
it was implemented during C-19. So, apprehensions and expulsions, it's the same thing that, or sorry, apprehensions and inadmissibles. Encounters are not crossings. And you said we
Encounters
were
are.
no longer just letting people in, and which, I mean, yeah, I agree. Encounters are good because that means CBP and ICE and DHS are all doing their jobs.
Well, again, the actual sources are directly from the administration itself. So,
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
aware.
you've already false that. You already said you don't want to accept that.
Sir,
So,
no, I don't accept press releases. Perhaps you should type into Google, are press releases acceptable news sources or like accept verifiable sources? And you should find something else.
okay, can you just like tell me what exactly you're looking for?
Well, you said that we're not just letting people in nor just crossing anymore, and none of this proves that.
Yes.
Encounters,
Specifically, there's been zero border crossing.
yeah, so I'm
And this
looking
is the
for
number
that
we've been going with.
zero. No, I'm looking for that zero, right? You said there's been zero border crossings. Encounters doesn't prove that. And
Encounters
I'm
doesn't prove
asking for
that.
the statistical
Okay,
data
but wait, what's the
from
encounter rate, by the way?
DHS. Yeah, inadmissibles, apprehensions, and expulsions. And
I
the
know, but
number is
what's the
not zero.
okay? What's the number right now about encounters?
Let's see, I can just scroll down and read it. Why is that so out of
And compared to
focus on
the
this
last
page?
administration,
Oh, wait. So, wait. Encounters are a good thing, right? Because that means people weren't allowed in, right?
no, not necessarily. I'm just asking what the
Wait,
actual
wait,
number
wait.
is.
It doesn't mean that they weren't allowed in?
Encounters?
Wait, no, hold on. Hold on. You said that there's been zero border crossings. And then you give
Yes.
me encounters to state your claim to
Yes, encounters at the
prove
border, but not encounters in general. Encounters at the border means they weren't letting in.
that
Yes.
are the encounters, sir. I just told you what an encounter is. Are we okay?
Okay, my bad.
Okay. So, border
I mean,
encounters
I'd
are
have to
good
find a
because that means
specific
people
source
aren't
and
coming
look
in,
for it.
right? Well,
Okay,
no, I'm just
what
saying.
would you say it is? I mean, I'd have to look at this amount of time. This is the number that this administration's been going with. I wouldn't think they'll lie about that.
And you never thought to
So,
look it up and see if what they were
because
saying is
when
a
I do look
thing?
it up, all the other sources corroborate that.
No, what they're
But
citing is that the Department of Homeland Security says this is occurring, right? They're not saying definitively that there are zero border crossings, except for maybe
okay,
Fox News and Newsmax because they phrase things weirdly. But even if you go to legacy media like CNN, CBS, ABC, all of them, they're saying DHS states that this is what they're
okay,
saying. It's
okay.
not
What do
that
you think
this
the
is a
number is?
fact. It's unquantifiable.
It's unquantifiable.
Yes.
Do you think the amount of illegal aliens that have been entering our country has decreased since Trump has taken office, or no?
Again, it's unquantifiable. I have no way of knowing that.
So you don't think Trump has taken more initiative to decrease the number?
Again, no, not really. Because
You
it's
don't
an
think?
unquantifiable number, so I can't know.
Okay, wait. So you don't think deploying the military at the border would do anything to decrease the number?
No,
Even
sir, because I don't know if you realize this, but there's this law that says it's called posse comitatus. Are you familiar? Have you ever heard of that before?
what?
No, have you ever heard of that before?
Posse comment? No.
Okay. So it says that our military, armed forces, cannot be used to enforce law. So the only thing that they're able to do at the southwest border is basically call up on a radio and say, hey, there's somebody at this position, come and get them to CBP. Which, yeah, I'm sure that
Okay,
could
even
actually reduce
that.
and increase encounters, but since encounters are constantly going down, we have no clue that that does, in fact, decrease encounters. There's no indication that it does.
Do you think the border is less or more secure? It's a very simple question. Do you think it's more?
Neither, because it's always been about the same.
Okay. Well, again, I voted Trump. I voted for Trump because he had a stricter stance on the border and stricter stance on illegal immigration. I think he's doing a pretty good job compared to what Kamala Harris, the other option, was. So, and I still support him because of that. So yeah.
Okay, so participation trophy, because you don't really know what he did.
I mean, again, when they say it doesn't count, you need statistical sources, and they're on like actual, what's it called?
A
Statisticians
press
at the
release isn't a
border.
statistical source.
I mean, it's good enough for me. I don't think they'd lie about it. I don't think DHS would lie about it.
Do you trust the government?
This government, this administration, yes.
I can never just imagine just blindly trusting a press release ever. Not even under any administration, not even with anybody that I liked. So you
Wait,
do trust what Donald
so
Trump says, right?
well, yeah,
Yeah. So
for
did
the most
Arnold
part.
Palmer have a big schlong?
Did Arnold Palmer? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Hannibal Lecter is a great person, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do
Who?
magnets work underwater?
Magnets?
Yeah.
Can magnets work on the water?
Do
Probably.
they work underwater?
Probably, sure.
Okay.
I
Do
would
windmills
suspect it would
cause
work on
cancer?
windmills. I don't know.
Are there wind
I
farms
wouldn't
in
think so.
China?
Wind what?
Are there wind farms in China?
Wind farms?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And let's see. Did Iran give the United States a secret present?
Secret present.
Yeah.
I don't know. How would I know that? Whether or not Iran gave you the United States a secret
All of
present.
these things were told to us by Donald J. Trump. He
Okay,
said that Hannibal
so
Lecter was a great person. He said that Arnold Palmer had a big schlong. Uh, he said that windmills cause cancer for whales. Let's see. He said that China has no wind farms when they have so many wind turbines. He also said that Iran gave them this great secret present that I can't tell you about. I
again, I
thought
don't know
I'd
how you expect
see.
me to like verify the Iran part. I mean, if Trump says it, I don't think he would lie about that, especially like with the amount of scrutiny he's getting for even being in Iran in the first place. So yeah, there'd be like no reason to lie about it type situation.
So, why did Donald Trump say that in this recent ceasefire there was no negotiation or no talk about Lebanon when even the prime minister of Pakistan and the negotiating team from Pakistan and Iran all said that Lebanon was off the table and that they could not be attacked? So, who's telling
Wait,
the
he said
truth?
this?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Donald Trump said that Lebanon was not a part of the ceasefire agreement, yet the Pakistani team said otherwise, and so did Iran. So,
Wait, hold up. I'm gonna look this up. Okay. So okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, and you believe him, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. If Donald Trump told you to drive your car off a bridge, would you do it?
No.
Oh, that's at least smart.
I mean, I don't know why you're painting me out to be, or painting my position out to be as if I'm saying Donald Trump is an infallible source. Again, we
You
have I
said
literally
he
gave you.
doesn't
Hold up, let me
lie.
finish what I have to say. You asked me for specific source. I gave you a DHS, and you said it's press relief.
Correct,
Either
because
way,
that
that's
was my
what DHS is
condition.
saying. Okay.
Sir, that was my condition for you. I was very clear. I'm sorry you didn't understand the instructions. You probably need to do a bit more searching or maybe some checking on if press releases are
You're
considered reliable
awesome.
sources. So there's a reason for that. You can utilize it to quote them and say DHS said this, but you can't use it as an irrefutable fact, when in fact it is refutable. Thank you, Dolphin. Why is that one not pulling up?
Hello. Did you mute me?
I did, because you weren't letting me finish my sentence, and this is my
Yeah,
life.
you interrupted me.
This is my life.
So you're not gonna have a good faith debate because it's your life.
Sir, you're already not acting in good faith. I don't know what to tell you there.
Okay. Okay. Did Donald Trump say this or DHS say this
About which part?
about the border,
Oh,
about the
I
border
mean, yeah,
crossing?
he's also said that.
Okay, but the source that I gave you, was that from Donald
Correct,
Trump
because
or
that,
what
no,
DHS was?
because that was in what else did I say when I asked you for a source? Can you remember?
You said you didn't want press releases, but
And then
you're not
what did
answering
you
my
give
question.
me? And then what
You're
did you give
pivoting.
me? No, I'm not
I gave you
pivoting.
a press release.
You
Hold
gave
on.
me a
Hold on.
press release, which is
Hold on.
then
Hold on.
again, did you go
I'm
and
not gonna let you
look?
shift. I'm not
I'm
gonna.
not shifting. You are. I was very clear with you on what I wanted and like where to get it from. And have you looked up to see why you can't use or quote or cite press releases as a reliable source for statistical data? Did you happen to look that up at all?
Why do you keep muting me?
Did you look that up at all?
Why do you keep muting me, then
Did you look
interrupting me,
that
then
up at
asking
all?
me a question?
Did you look that up at all?
Look what up? Yes, I looked up for what's it called, news releases. But
Did
also,
you
I
look
do want
up
to
to
ask
see
you.
why press releases aren't considered reliable sources for statistical data?
Um, it could be false. So
Thank you. I
that being said,
appreciate that. Thank you very
wait.
much.
That
Now
being
you
said,
understand.
hold on.
I'm okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 27.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. And what specifically has Donald Trump achieved, and since he's been back in office, that has earned your continued support?
Oh, am I on stream right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought there would be some other like wait time. Well, I really like whenever he's on the news and he just whips out his massive hog and just starts.
Sounds like a personal issue to talk to your therapist about. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
Hello. Uh, over 18, 19.
So you are 19?
Yeah.
Okay. And what country are you calling from?
Estonia, an ally of the United States. Is that okay?
I mean, normally I don't, but I am curious. Like, are you supporting Donald Trump or?
Yeah. I'm I do support, but like a critical support. It's more of like a dissident support position, if that makes sense.
So do you like what he's doing, or do you wish he was changing what he did?
Um, well, I mean, I don't like all the like Israel support stuff, but in my opinion, basically, like the democracy is the source of all evil, right? In my opinion, and because the United States is overall, like in the world, the sole protector and sort of like the world policeman that enforces the democratic world order, right? Its
Have you
downfall
ever
will
considered
therefore
leaving your own
be good for
country?
everyone. Huh?
Have you ever considered
Sorry?
leaving your own country?
Leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. I'm just making
Not that
sure that we're at least logically consistent because Estonia is a democracy. So if you don't like a democracy, then you're in one, buddy, and you might need to
yeah.
look that up. And I mean,
I
if
mean,
here
yeah.
I'm gonna help you out with something real quick. You like Donald
Yeah.
Trump so much, come do a Maduro
Yeah.
on him, okay? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, how are you?
Doing well. How old are you? Can you turn on the stream in the background?
Yep, I'm 52 years old.
Perfect. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Oh,
From
can you
where
turn
he
down the
came
stream
to
in the
where
background, please?
that's my. Yeah, she said turn on your phone. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry that it is a little distracting when I hear that. All right. Appreciate you. Oh, bye. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 35 years old.
35. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I'm not supporting Donald Trump. I just wanted to say something like really quickly and pleasantly, if you would let me.
Sure.
I like what you do, and I think that you're very intelligent. And any leader that claims himself a leader and sees violence as a mean to get the point across is not a leader at all. They're not an equipped leader at all. I understand that attacks will happen as they will, in protection. That's one thing, but to go and attack and to call yourself as a leader is the furthest thing from a leader than I could think of.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Guys, as you are coming in here, and if you are new, please hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, depending on which platform you are on. Consider sending gifts, coins, super fans, super chats, memberships, bits, subscriptions, etc. Thank you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Nope. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, thank you, Wandering Wizard, for the jewels. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Children, stop calling. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I will say that kid's Donald Trump impression is still pretty good. Hi, how are you?
You're awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Cool. Date of birth, go.
Okay.
Thanks for being honest at the end. Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
Awesome. How old are you?
18?
Okay, and are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
All right, thank you. I also did not trust the sound of their voice. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
32.
32. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Well, I do gotta say, I support his domestic policy. I really do not support his war and his entitlement with Israel. You know, that's something that I don't support. But besides that, I support everything else.
Okay, like, so what exactly has he achieved since he's been
Well,
reelected to earn your continued support?
well, I think he has definitely revived a patriotism for the United States. You
He's
know,
revived
I
what?
feel like a patriotism, love for the
Oh,
United States. I feel
patriotism?
like, yeah, patriotism. Sorry for my accent. I'm an
No, it's
immigrant.
okay.
I love the U.S. and I like his immigration policy. You know, I mean, I had to wait for like 10 years to come to the U.S. and when I saw Biden that pretty much allowed anyone to come over here with no criminal record look up or nothing like that, I felt so disappointed. You know, and I voted for Biden. That was the worst thing. I voted for Biden, so I
Okay.
love his immigration policy. I love the tariffs. I feel like we need to make our industry stronger. I like. I'm an engineer. I love that he raised up the prices for HB1 visas. I think it's definitely unfair for us to people that study here in the United States and go in debt in college for us to have to like be competing with people that get their college degrees at like fractions of what we pay. That's totally unfair, you know?
Did you go to college in the United States?
Yeah, I went to college in the U.S.
Oh.
and
So I
I
guess my
have friends
question
that
with
went to
that
college
one on
in.
that last piece, how is it I think it's more unfair to United States citizens that we don't have access to free public college, but other countries offer that. Not all, but other countries offer that to their citizen
Yeah, but
population.
that's a
And so
whole different
why is it
subject
no,
than
sir, no,
allow
you no sir,
foreigners to come
you
over.
just said that you like the H1B visa fee
No, no, I
because
don't
it
like
was
it. I don't like the
unfair.
H-1B visas. I don't.
No, no,
I
you said
like
you
that he
liked
made it
stop. That's not what I
more
said.
expensive.
Please pause and listen. You're not I don't know what you're listening to me saying, but you didn't hear what I actually said.
Sorry.
You stated you like the H1B visa fee increase under Trump.
Yes.
And then you stated the reason why is because you're an engineer and you feel like it's unfair that other people get free education outside of the United States for or
No,
a fraction of a
you
cost of the.
misunderstood me. You misunderstood me. I said that. No, no. The other countries can do whatever they like. I mean,
Then
that's
why
their
did
right
you
to do,
said
right?
other
That
countries
is unfair
are
for
getting an
our
education at a
policies here in
fraction
the
of the
United States
cost?
for not to protect our own citizens. You know, I
That's
think
not what you
like
said
when we
though.
make people to go on debt. Well, I'm explaining for you to understand better. I think it's really unfair for like our own citizens, our own people, to have to like pay so much money for college and allow foreigners to come. You know, when foreigners, I mean, I'm a
Then
foreigner.
fix
I
the
know people
price
in my home
of
country that
then
they
make
pay
public
a
school free,
fraction for
sir.
their degrees.
Sir, make public school free then.
You're awesome.
Yeah, that should be that. I mean, that should be that should be affordable. I don't think every
No,
and
no.
any
I
degree
said
should be affordable though.
free to
I don't
be
think
more
any.
like the
I
other
don't think
32 advanced countries alongside of
I'm
us.
all for it. I'm all for it, but
Okay, then I don't know
not
why you
every
didn't.
career though. Not every career though. I mean, if you're gonna
Public
make it
school.
like free to go
Public
for like
college.
art school,
Public
yeah, I
college.
mean
If somebody wants to
that
pay
should
for
be.
a trade,
I
actually,
went
no,
to
I
city school
disagree. I think that
and I
trade
went to
schools need
debt.
to be free. I think trade schools also need to be free.
Yeah, I'm all agreeing with that. I'm all agreeing with that. And I mean, if you see Trump, I mean, that's what he was actually doing. He was taking some money out of Harvard that they have fund on the stock market and all, and he was directing that to trade school. How can you not like that?
He didn't. Where did he direct it to trade school? Can you provide the executive order or the legislative bill number?
Well, I'm driving, but if you are in the news, you are told that happened last year. I'm sorry, I cannot provide you the exact executive number, but you're telling me, or you're asking me, what do I like about Trump? And those are the kind of things that I do like about
But I
Trump.
like
But I feel like,
facts, sir. I like facts, and
what?
right now you're giving me all of your feelings on what you think happened because somebody
No,
told
no,
you
no. I'm
something
not
at
giving
one
you
point.
feelings. I'm giving you
No,
the
you
news. I'm
did.
giving you the news.
That's
I'm
not
not just being
news.
precise on the
News.
exact executive
News,
number
if they don't
as you
cite
like.
where they're pulling it from, I don't consider it news. So right, if it's not giving me the title of the bill number, or sorry, the title of the bill,
Okay, I'm
or the
so
bill
sorry about
number,
it. I'm so
or the
sorry about it.
executive order
I'm
number,
sorry.
or the name of the
I'm
executive
driving. I don't
order,
want to
I
get
don't
into a
consider
car
it proper
accident, you know.
news.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But a simple Google.
Okay, then focus
A
on
lot
the
of people
road,
are
my guy.
watching.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
How old are you?
Sorry, I'm 13. I just wanted to say
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you okay? Hi, how are you? Sorry for all the headphone users. 1 second, guys. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Get your four-eyed ass off and here, you bitch.
Oh, is that all you got? Oh no, I have a forehead. Weirdos. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
You're not, but thank you. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How old are you?
How old are you?
I am 22.
Can you turn down the stream in the background or take it off of speakerphone? I don't know which one it is.
Is that better?
So much better. Thank you. All right. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
What specifically has he done that has earned your continued support since he's been back in office?
I just personally think that he has continued to help increase the economy in a variety of ways and protected the United States by increasing border patrol and
Oh,
security.
okay. So it's just your feelings and a vibe.
That's not necessarily feelings. That's
You said, let me rephrase it. Let me restate it back to you.
Sure.
Okay. You said, I personally think. So those are feelings and a vibe. Those are not facts. And that's not specific. Those are
there
literally
are facts that
feelings
the
and a
economy
vibe.
inflation is down 2.5%
What
since
metric
he's
of
coming back
the
into office.
economy are you looking at?
Inflation.
And you said the inflation is down where?
2.5% and jobs are
From
up
when?
4%.
Jobs
From
are up
his-
4%. And inflation is down 2.5%.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation is down 0.1% year over year. That's it. Okay, I guess that was a concession. Thank you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Okay. Hi, how old are you?
I'm currently I'm 18, but sorry, I have my my phone's messing up a little bit. Sorry.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And give me your date of birth. Go.
Sorry, don't know. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Hey, good.
Good. Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I'm not.
All
Very
right.
supportive of Trump.
Fantastic. Thanks, man. I hope you have a great day. Hi, how are you? Hello.
Wait, what?
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. And how old are you? I'm about ready to block all y'all's numbers. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Yeah. Hi, how are you? Hi, how old are you?
Hello. Who, me?
No, the person next to you.
Oh, they're 23.
Okay, and you are?
Who, me?
Yes, you this time.
Hello?
Are you okay?
Who? Me?
You.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How old are you?
Who?
Can I talk to your 23-year-old friend?
Cares? Who cares?
I guess that answers the "are you good" question. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
18. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Fuck yes, nigger, you fucking Jew nigger.
God, you're disgusting. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you? Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
33. How old are you?
34. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, seriously. Aren't you opposing Donald Trump and you're trying to call people who support him to get a dialect going?
What gave you that idea?
Am I incorrect?
No, what gave you that idea?
Your YouTube live saying I don't support Trump. Why do you?
Oh, okay. Just making sure that was still up there. I didn't know if it had disappeared since you asked if I supported Trump. So I just thought I would
Are you
check.
being sarcastic?
Yes, I was being facetious.
Okay, well that's
Okay.
cool.
Awesome.
Are you ready to have a conversation, or do you want to continue to be sarcastic?
Sure. What has Donald Trump achieved in his time back in office that's earned your continued support? Specifically.
So specifically, why don't you support Donald Trump?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that an answer to my question?
Is this a conversation, or are you just asking questions?
It would have been a conversation if you had answered the question that I just asked you, but instead you gave your own question and expected me to answer it when you didn't answer mine. So,
I'm genuinely curious and open and willing to talk to you, but it sounds like you are a little closed off. Is that due to all the people that you talk to? Can you open yourself up a little bit for me?
open myself up for what reason? I asked you a question and you're not answering it.
I know, but I want to have an actual conversation. I don't want you to ask stupid specific questions that you already have like answers designed for. I want to
I
have
have
actual
answers
open
designed
conversation.
for the question that I just asked. How would I have answers designed for the question that I just
Whatever
asked
script you
when I
have in
don't
front of
support
you.
him? What script do I
I
have in
know
front of me?
that you want to
You're
be in power
awesome.
here, but sometimes that's not how it works. We're having a conversation. You don't always get to ask the questions first.
Oh,
So do you
I
want to have a
actually
conversation or not?
do. That's why I did ask the question first, because you were quiet long enough, because that's how it works in a conversation. When you had ended your sentence, there was a pause. I spoke during the pause. I asked my question, and then I paused.
And then
You
guess what? I
retorted
answered a
with a
question. So you're doing
question.
the same thing
You
that I
didn't
did, and it
answer a
doesn't seem like you like
question.
it.
You didn't
So
answer
you
the
can do it, but I
question.
can't?
No, see, I guess I need to restate this again. Okay. Here's how
Do you
this
have a
worked,
hard
right?
time taking
A
personal accountability?
conversation would work as a back and forth dialogue, right? So you had
All right,
paused
don't
your
talk to me like
talking.
I'm a child. I know how a
You had
conversation works.
paused
The
your
problem
talking,
is that
okay?
you don't have
And then
personal
during the
accountability in
pause
your
of
own
your
life. So
talking,
you want to talk
I
over
asked you
people and
a
direct
question,
conversations, but
and
you're
then
not
I paused,
educated and
right? Like it was a
you're not
question
smart.
mark. That was the end of the sentence. I paused. That was your turn to
So let me
answer
know
the
when you're done
question.
talking so I
And
can
then
ask you a
instead
question
of
if you want to have a
answering the
conversation.
question, you asked one back, and that's not how you typically have a dialogue, a back and forth
Let me know when your ears
conversation.
are open
So
and
I
your
mean,
mouth is
I
shut.
just, I mean, sir, I'm just waiting for you to answer my question. Are you capable of doing that? Yes or no?
Are you? Yes or no?
Are you capable of answering my question? I can't answer my question because I don't support Donald Trump and his administration.
Awesome.
So
So
let's
why?
try
Why
this
don't you?
again.
That's my
Let's
very
try
specific.
this again. I asked you a question, and we're going to go ahead and repeat it for you, because again, that's how it would work. Perhaps after you answer my question, I'll answer yours. It's not even that difficult. Again, I can't answer my own question because I phrase it directly for people like you, even though you're just in the middle of a crash out. It's quite funny, actually. So what has Donald Trump achieved in his 14 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
You live your life like a fucking idiot, and you expect others to want to do the same.
And you're
When you can't
33
even have a
years
simple
old?
fucking conversation
Are
with
you
somebody.
okay? You're 33-year-old. You're a full grown ass adult, right? You're a grown man?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. You're
What
a
are
grown
you?
man that doesn't know
She,
how to
him,
have a
her. What are you?
conversation.
It.
Gotcha. Grown man that doesn't know how to have a conversation and is just literally crashing the fuck out. Crashing the fuck out. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, I know, I know. I understand. Yeah, you're right. You're right with your big brain and your mansplaining and everything else. I know, you're so right, sweetie. You're doing great, Pookie. You're doing great, Pookie Pie. You're fantastic. Yeah.
Are you in Portland?
You're doing great, Pookie Pie.
Are you gonna hang up on me, or are you
You're
just
doing
gonna keep
great,
acting
Pookie.
like a broken record because you finally
I
talking to someone who
know.
can speak?
Yeah, I know. You're doing great.
I know. Aren't you an idiot?
Would you like a gold star?
I'm sorry.
Would you like a gold star?
What would you like?
Would you like a gold star?
I don't know. All you know how to do is ask questions, but you don't know how to answer them. But you don't like when people do that to you. That's called hypocrisy.
Oh, you know,
So
you're
I'm doing
right.
to
I think
you
I
what you're
did,
doing
Just
to others,
Guy.
and you
Here we
don't like
go.
it very much. And it sucks, doesn't it? So why don't you learn how to take personal accountability?
You haven't taken
And
any
stop
personal
blaming
accountability
others.
for your weirdness.
Stop blaming me for not being able
Did I hurt your princess feelings?
You answer my question, okay? But that's the problem.
Did I hurt your princess feelings?
Accountability. You want to blame everybody else for your problem.
Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying.
You blame the most powerful person for your problem.
Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying.
That you cannot fucking even answer a question.
Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying fuck.
All right, broken record.
Did I hurt your princess feelings? Saying fuck. Oh, he hung up. I guess he didn't like that. He didn't like my jam. Thank you guys for the inspiration. I hurt his feelings. Hi, how are you? Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. What about yourself?
Doing well. How old are you?
I am 20.
20. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Nope, I do not support him. I just wanted to say he's the most fucked up president. Sorry for my language.
Oh, I don't care.
all this stuff that is going on right now is insane.
Agreed.
Like ever since he became president, all this shit that's been happening, the world's been in a way, way fucked up, like fucking place than it's already been. Like the world was already fucked up now, but now it's even worse because he's president. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
like, what
you're
the
not
fuck?
finding any complaint from me, man. Well, I appreciate you. You have a good night, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You as well.
Thank you. Someone said I support continuing to be sarcastic. Yeah, sometimes I do. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Great. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Well, I really called because I just wanted to apologize for that whole who cares thing earlier. It was really immature, and I'm sorry about that.
Okay, have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
How you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I am 44.
All right. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I do support him as president. Do I agree with everything that he's done? Not exactly.
Okay. So what exactly has he done that has earned your continued support?
I mean, I do believe that he's also made the United States safer. I believe that he's also kept some of the promises as far as trying to get gas prices and groceries prices back down.
I thought he already made gas prices lower. And then what is he doing exactly to bring them back down?
Well, I agree with you there. The war over there overseas is a lot of a contributing
Oh, I thought
factor.
it's not a
And,
war.
neither do I, but I mean, we got to turn around and keep the United States safe.
How is creating a new generation of people that will end up hating the United States of America keeping the United States safe?
I mean, this all comes down to philosophy of the country that's teaching it. I mean,
No, the philosophy
obviously
of the
our
country
actions.
is right now that the United States of America is responsible for the death of 158 schoolgirls. We have bombed 2 schools and a play yard, or it's a sports
Okay.
center. Luckily, the second school that we bombed and the sports center that we bombed were empty at the time when it was hit by our missiles. So right now we're teaching them that we don't care, right? We've already violated a ceasefire because Donald Trump is denying the fact that Iran and Pakistan included Lebanon in the deal for their ceasefire, right?
I mean,
And
this is
Israel said,
facts that you're stating.
I'm gonna keep going after Lebanon anyway, and just say fuck the ceasefire that they just worked so hard to get.
I agree on some of that, and I don't disagree. However, there are two sides of the story, and you're hearing reports from both sides, our side and theirs. So you kind of have to go somewhere in the middle to see what the truth is.
Do you believe that the negotiators from Pakistan would have an intimate knowledge on what was agreed upon for the ceasefire that they mediated?
I mean, I feel they would, yes, but also
Mm.
I feel that here's the thing: each side's going to bolster their stance on it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't agree with any sides. I personally, with the whole political system, I don't agree with it.
Gotcha.
I think there isn't a single person in office or in politics right now that is not guilty of something, and we really need to work on getting that taken care of.
Yeah, so the truth is not always in the middle. I disagree with that. And I also disagree that everybody's bad. That's in politics because that's just trying to give a cop out to, especially to people that don't deserve it.
I mean, I can agree and see your point of view, and I accept it. I may
Yeah.
not totally agree, but
Just like I don't,
we're
like
each
I
entitled.
personally, I couldn't support a man, any president, right, that blatantly, out and out, threatens to commit an entire war crime, a genocide, on a country.
I mean, I agree with you 100% on, if that's the case, but, we also got to look back at some of the other presidents
How is it
who
not the
have
case
done
that
things.
Donald Trump literally said, not only in a True Social post, that he was going to target power plants, their civilian infrastructure, their desalination plants, which that one specifically is a war crime, and then said that he was going to wipe out an entire civilization. That would be a genocide, sir. Wiping out an entire civilization is a genocide. What other president has threatened or promised to wipe out an entire civilization? Oh. I guess that's a concession. Hi, how are you? Okay, kiddo. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 27.
27. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am not.
Did you ever support him?
Yes, I did vote for him in the 2024 election.
Okay. I guess what lost your support?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm a libertarian, so, I've never really been 100% supporter of Trump. I mean, I do believe in, more of a right-wing, I guess, economic type system. But everything that he's done at this point, whether if it's through tariffs and, just, I mean, you saw the whole mess with Doge, which, I mean, I didn't have high hopes for that from the get-go. So when that collapsed, I wasn't really that surprised by it. And now, we're over in Iran. I don't understand why we got to be over there. It's crazy to me.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, man. You have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
Thanks. I do like listening to people sometimes that no longer support him. Hi, how are you?
Good. And yourself?
Doing well. How old are you?
I am 25.
And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I'm kind of in between. I definitely don't support Kamala.
I mean, I don't know why you would. It's April 8th, 2026, and she hasn't been politically relevant since November 6th of 2024. Seems odd that you would even bring her up. It's literally been a year and a half now. Interesting.
Yep, that is correct.
All right, sweet.
I'm
So
just saying that the alternative is not any better. I'm saying I would
wait,
prefer
can
to
we
vote for Donald Trump.
wait, hold on. Can we redo the 2024 election like today and we have an alternative person to elect into office?
I think you would probably enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean anybody, honestly. I would definitely write in summer 2028, or I guess technically 2026. I'll write in my dog. Actually, I think even my cat Bailey. Bailey 2028, guys. Just remember, Bailey 2028. Okay. But we can't hold a nationwide re-election today, right? And vote in a new
No,
president.
I'm not
correct?
asking. It's definitely not something you or I could do. I'm just not. You asked me a question, I tried to answer it.
Yeah, but
I'm
we
not
can't
asking
do
like,
that,
hey,
right?
can we redo the election? I was giving my opinion in which you asked.
So there isn't an alternative, correct?
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying that there is. I'm saying when
Fantastic.
this all transpired, I preferred this choice. Yes. The
So
one that we
does that
currently have.
mean that you have to, so you prefer this choice when this all transpired. So does that mean that after you vote for somebody, you have to continue to support them indefinitely?
I didn't say I voted for him. I said I preferred it. I preferred it over the alternative selection.
So does
But
that
I
mean,
didn't
does
vote.
that tie
I
you?
just think it's.
Does
I'm
that,
sorry. Can you
does
say
that
that again?
tie you to your support of him? Are you required to support him just because you preferred him?
No, not at all. I'm not saying that I have to choose somebody over another person. That's actually the reason why I didn't vote. But I think it's principally wrong to like just talk over somebody to try to get your point across as like a form of factual
No,
statement.
it's
And just
actually
because somebody
just.
brings in like a
Mhm.
news post, which how else do you like gather information other than news posts?
Man,
Like
people
where
do
are we
make
supposed to be
them
going for
so
this
mad.
information that you're judging everybody for providing?
Oh, I'm judging them, sir. If anybody did a little bit of research, they would know that it's just not a thing, and that's why I ask
Well, you
questions.
didn't answer my
And so
question. Where are
even
we supposed to be
now,
going?
sir, just double check things that are said. I don't trust anything that any government official just says. I look things up.
No, I don't trust anything that they say either. I mean, they told us like all the fucking water. Like, there's been so many instances where the government has tried to fool the people. I'm
Well,
not saying
I
that the
brought
government's
that up. Hold
totally
on.
truthful.
1 second though. I brought that up because you specifically mentioned somebody in the conversation I had with somebody, because this was a person that said, I believe and trust everything that Donald Trump says. If Donald Trump said it, it must be true. So, sir, yeah, that's why I talked to that person that way, that individual.
Yeah.
Does that make
No, I'm
sense?
just
Because
curious.
it's illogical.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes
And
sense.
see,
But
I
I'm
ask questions
going.
that make people think, and that's the idea behind me asking them. And I'm going to test your logic, especially when with you, where you're like, better than the alternative. Sir, there is no alternative right now, right? We have Donald Trump in office until January 20th of 2029, because that's the next inauguration for president, unless something else happens in between there, which I do not wish upon anybody. So it's words have meaning, and so it's important to utilize the correct words, and those just were not the correct words in that moment. Okay?
Certainly, I can agree with you there. I was just saying that when both of the choices were provided to me, I preferred the one choice.
Hold on a second. There we go. Sorry, TikTok is a particularly needy
And I'm sorry
app.
if I missaid that, but I'm curious. To your point, how people aren't supposed to use news articles. What are we supposed to be using
I didn't
for
say
factual
don't use
information?
news articles, sir. I said don't utilize press releases from DHS. That doesn't link back to any statistical data or evidence when I'm asking for statistical data.
Okay.
Does that make
Gotcha.
sense? And also, I would
That
recommend I would recommend everybody, if you are going to look up a news source, don't just look at a singular news source. Look at 3. Look at 4, look at 5, look at 2. Just don't look at just one singular news source. It doesn't do anybody well.
Most definitely. Well, good luck with your video thing here. I hope it goes well for you. I just wanted to ask that because I was personally confused. I was a viewer and I came across it, and it kind of seemed like when people were trying to give up specific instances that it was disregarded because it wasn't something that was like verified multiple times or whatever. I just wanted to clarify. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Yeah, I agree, Gigi. Y'all are doing great over on TikTok. Thank you for the 161 likes. Keep tapping. If you are new on any of the platforms, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. We do have super chats, memberships, super fans, gifts, bits, and subscriptions, all available on all the platforms. Consider supporting your local creator. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 22 and a Minnesotan.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I do not, but I just want to talk about how bad the Minnesota government is here. It
I'm
just
not-
needs a major overhaul.
Okay, well, I'm sure that'll
Honestly.
happen when Tim Walz is voted out and you get somebody else in, and I think that could help to start with. Also, your elections start local. Make sure that you are voting in your primaries. Let me see, Minnesota. When is Minnesota's primaries? I know I was just looking at this other day. When is Minnesota primary election. So let's make sure. Primary election for Minnesota is August 11th. Make sure that you look at who is campaigning. Vote for them in the primaries down all the way down your ballot, right? So look at your federal and your state local officials. Vote for them
Yeah.
and then go out on election day on November 3rd and vote. If you want to make changes locally, that's how you do it. But I'm not looking for a state specific argument.
Yeah, all right. Well, anyways, I hope you do well on your live streams, and I hope you become a good reporter one day.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, bye.
Get out and vote, guys. Okay? I'm going to tell everybody. Get out and vote. Look up what date your primaries are. Some have passed. A lot of them are coming up. Do you know when your primary is? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, and I just had a quick rhyme about why.
Well, so what specifically has he achieved that's earned, since he's been back in office, that's earned your continued support?
Well, my president is orange, and that's how I like my fruit. And I'd be goddamn if we ain't run by the Jews, you know?
Oh, no. That was not funny. The before that was funny. My president is orange and I like fruit. That was funny. The rest, no. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
Awesome. How old are you?
24.
24. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Not anymore.
All right. Thanks, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
So I'm in a bit of an interesting scenario. I'm actually Canadian.
So you don't support Donald Trump?
I'm kind of on the fence, to be completely honest with you. I think he's doing better for your country than our prime minister is for our country.
Well,
So
I know
I
that
guess
there
I
are
would say I am a supporter.
Okay. Well, I know that there are Canadian lives that do this all the time, and I would advise you to call them. I don't remember what one guy's name. I think it's JB, but he's a pretty big one. Go talk to
Okay.
him.
Yeah, no, keep up the stream.
Yeah.
Public discourse is always a great thing to see. Honestly, I didn't even think the number was real. I'll try calling a couple times, but yeah, thanks for
People
taking the
keep
call.
calling. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Part of it is some kids are just doing it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how are you?
Wait, what?
Hi, how are you?
Whatever.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah,
Can you turn down the stream in the background, please?
got you.
Thank you. And then how old are you?
18.
Okay, are you still supporting Donald Trump?
So with me, I kind of live under a rock when it comes to politics, but I do see like Donald Trump is doing this, Donald Trump is doing that. People hate him for this, people hate him for that. And, I'm kind of in a way where it's like, it's gotten to a point where I feel like my vote might not matter, but I just wanted to like ask in general, like, why is he so bad?
Sure. I mean, personally, I don't support somebody that actively goes against articles and amendments of the United States Constitution. And then, secondly, I don't support a president that just threatened genocide yesterday. So I think that should be a hard line for anybody.
Got you.
Promises to
And has
commit
he
war
done like,
crimes. Ooh, it's a little bit odd.
got you. And has he done like nothing good at all, like for the country or like?
For the country in totality, no. He's helped definitely groups of people. Like no tax on tips, that was a good policy. It is short lived, but it is a good policy. No tax on overtime is a good policy. It's really a deduction on your taxes which just reduces your gross income, your taxable income at the end of the year when you file your taxes. The tax deduction for seniors, also a good policy, but that does affect a small people and it is short lived. It expires December 31st, 2028, and it could have been longer.
And I know the stream says you don't support Donald Trump,
I do
but
not.
Do you hate him or do you just
No.
not support him?
If
Okay,
I
you just
hated
don't
some,
support him.
I would have to have liked him at some point in order, I guess, to have some hate. I'm neutral towards most politicians because I'm a policy voter, not an individual person. And that's why it's like I can support exactly the things that I said for that he
So would
has
you?
passed. But those are just the few things that I think he's done well. Other things like removing 2.4 million individuals off of SNAP was not a good thing. That's going to increase our food insecurity in our country.
Okay, so it's not that you have like any like personal grudges or you dislike
No.
him. You just don't support the motions and the ideas and the things he's doing
Correct. I
for the
don't
United
support the
States as a
harm that's
country.
coming as a result of him.
I feel you. Were you when you voted, did you vote for somebody else? Or maybe I don't know if you want to answer that or not. But
No, I've never voted for Donald Trump.
oh, so you voted for somebody else entirely.
Correct. Because I read his policy or his agenda.
Uh, do you feel like we'd be way better off like if somebody else was in power, or do you
Yeah,
feel
I
like
tell people
you
every
don't
day,
know?
and actually I said it earlier. I think my cat would do a better job, and I'm pretty sure he plots world domination. Um,
Mm,
but I
that's
think my
crazy.
cat would be a better president.
Dang. Do
Bailey,
you do well?
2028, guys.
Yeah, but well, I don't know if you know what it's like in office. I don't, but I'm just asking you. Do you feel like would you like let's say hypothetically if you were the president, would you like what are some ideas you would like to like put in place?
To start with, I would offer, ideally, right? And this requires work with Congress. And I think this should be something that anybody can get behind in the United States of America. But I would start with free or Medicaid for all children 18 and under.
Free Medicaid.
Hmm.
That sounds fire. Free
18 and
Medicaid.
under to start
Okay.
with.
Okay. That would be like number one.
Yes.
Okay. Any close
If we
seconds
want
or like
our our next generation to come in and be strong and like do better, then yeah, we need to make sure that they are well taken care of. And if the parents aren't worried about the cost that that's going to take them out of pocket, then everybody gets an equal start, at least in my opinion. So I do believe that that's probably one of the most important ones.
nice? That sounds like a good idea. Do you have any like close seconds that you would put into like near that, or that would just be like the number one goal?
Uh, Universal background checks when it comes to purchasing a
Universal
firearm.
universal background checks.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't let anybody like just purchase a gun? Would that makes sense because safety reasons, whatnot.
Yeah, universal background check just applies to private purchases, right? So like if you were selling your brother's cousin, like yeah, your cousin's brother or something, or like your cousin's friend, your pistol, then you would have had to run them through a background check, probably at a local gun shop to run it, and then make sure that they're clear, and then you legally pass it off to them after you make sure of that. So
But wouldn't well, I mean, I don't know laws like that, but wouldn't that invade someone's privacy if you just
no,
did a
not if you can
universal?
do it either through like you can just have it done at the sheriff's department.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah.
so you would say everyone should buy a gun through the sheriff's department, and then they
No,
should just
that's not what
run
I'm
the
saying.
universal?
No, they just have to get a background check done
Mm.
before they have a private
Okay.
purchase.
Okay. That's good then. Nah. Well, hey, I'm glad to hear your opinions, and I wish you the best on the stream. Thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy.
You too. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am. I'm not comfortable with disclosing that information.
Okay, have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how old are you?
I am 17 and a half. Is that okay?
Unfortunately, it is not. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
You're a child. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 7 years old.
6, 7. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. What about you?
Doing well. How old are you?
Is it fine if I prefer not to disclose that information?
It is not okay. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Have a nice day.
You too. So bad to ask somebody how old they are. Oh no. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Doing well. How old are you?
25.
25. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am not.
All right. Thank you. Guys, if you are new here, be sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I will get to the super chats if the calls slow down. Hi, how are you?
Hey, bitch.
Oh, are you okay?
No, I'm not. Fuck you, fucking liberal bitch. Fucking kill yourself, fucking nigger.
Ooh, there you go. It always slurs out. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
41.
41. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Oh boy. Boy. So it's a necessity to be in full support of him, or just some things and not others? Because I don't know.
Where are you sitting at? We'll just try that.
I'm sorry?
Where are you sitting at on it, I guess?
Well, there's certain things that he's done, and I'm not even sure it's entirely his policy independently. Like it's his view and his alone. I think there's things that are being done that are important, that are being gone about in not the greatest ways, but in some way would need to happen. And then there's a lot of things that he does that I'm not a fan of. I've been a registered Republican most of my life, but as I get older, I find myself really not really liking the left or the right, or any of the choices that we have, to be quite honest with you.
Okay. I mean, there isn't another choice right now. I always find it weird when that's said, because there's no
Right,
other
agree.
choice.
Right. I think the biggest problem is that we're so into kind of this two-party system. And I've talked about this with folks before, to vote independent. And everybody says, well, you don't want to vote independent because you're just throwing away a vote. So if you like person A less than person B, you need to vote for person B because you really don't want to see person A in there. And I mean, I get it, and I realize that is, realistic to a degree. But I also think that as long as we kind of have that mindset about it, that we're always going to be locked in and married to voting for two candidates that really nobody likes and isn't good for the country.
Actually, the first step is to change the FEC rules.
Okay.
And then also change the rules of the presidential debates. So, for example, when it comes to the presidential debates, they don't have to let a third-party candidate on the stage unless they're polling over a certain number.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I was not aware that was a rule, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the FEC doesn't allow them to.
I see why they do it.
Yeah,
the
FEC.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the FEC doesn't allow them to get a percentage from federal funding because people forget that candidates can. Presidential candidates are, in fact, get some federal funding in order to kickstart their campaign after they get it going. Third parties aren't entitled to it because they don't get enough of the percentage of the vote either, and that happens in states too. You have to have a certain number of votes to get any kind of state level funding, be endorsed by local chapters, things like that. There's a lot that needs to change in order for third parties to be a viable candidate. So as of right now, unless we have somebody that runs on that, which I don't expect any major party ticket to run or campaign on changing
Yeah,
FEC and debate rules would
I
ever
would
earn an
imagine.
endorsement from the party, right? Because it's not going to go much. And then, yeah, as people remind
Right.
me, ranked choice is also a good thing. I personally believe that the electoral college of each state needs to change. So, like, I'm okay with the electoral college. That's a controversial opinion that I have for some people, right? So,
Right.
I think that the electoral college votes need to be designated based off of how the county actually went, right? So, there are states that have fewer counties and they
You're
have electoral
awesome.
college votes. So if you look at Texas, for example, I believe that they have 48 electoral college votes in 37 counties. I might be wrong on that number.
Okay.
Actually, I think I am wrong on that number. Um, but so then you would have a couple of delegates that would cover more than one county. And then whichever way the majority of the people in those counties voted, that's where the delegates should cast their delegation to. But
Okay.
or sorry, not delegate, it's the electoral college. But they don't do that. And that is part of the 10th Amendment. But I think that should be a thing. Like ranked choice, the electoral college, if we are keeping it because it's in the Constitution, it would take a constitutional amendment in order to change the electoral college system as it stands or to get rid of it. I don't think that's feasible, but I think we should push for it to be changed at the state level.
Okay. So in line with that, if I could ask you, where do you stand as far as who should be allowed to vote in elections,
United States
primaries? Do you
citizens.
feel that
For
so
federal
people
elections,
that are
it's your
only
United
citizens?
States citizens. For federal elections, it's your
Okay.
United States citizens. Yeah.
Okay. So then, are you kind of on board with the voter ID thing that some places are trying to push through? Or are you
If it's offered
not
for
really for
free
it?
to every citizen in their state, and I do mean every citizen with no exceptions, then yes, I'm
Hmm.
okay with voter ID. But
Okay.
even states like
Did
Ohio, it's Ohio or Oregon, one of the O states that offer free voter ID, they have exceptions. If you
Okay.
have a driver's license, you can't get a free voter ID, which I think is
Okay.
not okay. If you have a different kind of ID, you can't get a voter ID. So they don't
Okay.
just give them out for free. You have problems with that, right? So I'm just saying.
Really? So I guess I wasn't aware of that. So for a voter ID, there are some places that want citizens to pay for it? Like you would pay for, like if you lost a copy of your driver's license, like that sort of thing?
I don't mind. Like driving is a privilege, it is not a right? It's not a constitutional guarantee. So, states charging for a driver's license or a state identification, fine, whatever, because again, it's not a right, it's a privilege, okay?
Right. No, no, no. I wasn't trying to say that as like a point of contention. I
No,
was
I
saying
know.
I was unaware that some places were wanting to charge for it. So is that how is that kind of the way that they're running it? Is saying that
Yes.
yes, we will have voter ID, but if you want the right to vote, you are going to have to purchase this voter ID.
Well, it requires in in the SAVE Act that you
Okay.
have a piece of identification that states your place of birth. And it states that driver's
Okay.
license are acceptable if it lists your place of birth. But I don't know about you, but my driver's license does not say where I was born.
No. No. No.
Nor
Absolutely.
does it
So I'm
classify
I'm
me as a
completely
US
in agreement
citizen.
with you there.
Yeah. No, I think
I
that
agree with
voter
you
ID
100%.
should be free. Like
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
register to get your driver's license, here's a free photo ID so in case, well, a free voter ID just in case you don't need your driver's license on voting day. I also think that
Okay.
election day should be a federal holiday. Give everyone the day
Yeah.
off.
I
Make
agree with you
sure,
on that also.
yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So, yeah, I guess a lot of what you're saying, in my opinion, it seems very nuanced and reasonable. So, yeah, I would agree with that too. Especially if voting is, guaranteed to us through the Constitution, we shouldn't have to pay for constitutional rights, right? They should be instilled in us, through being a citizen.
All right.
Well, I don't really have any more else for you, Bill. Appreciate you taking the time and talking and explaining some of that stuff to me.
You're
Not a
awesome.
problem.
Yep. Have a good evening.
You too, man.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. How old are you?
I am 25.
25. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am. I support him, but some of his policies I do not.
Okay. And what specifically has Donald Trump achieved that has earned your continued support?
He's earned my continued support by not backing down on the global stage in terms of like diplomacy, if that makes sense.
In terms of diplomacy, is it diplomatic to threaten to genocide an entire country?
It is actually. Hello?
How is threatening genocide diplomatic?
Well, the original intent for him wanting to go to Iran, I don't agree with. But the way Iran responded warranted his response. America has been
Does
the
a sovereign
sole
country
leading.
not have a right to defend themselves?
Oh, they do 100%.
Oh, okay.
But the point I was trying to get at is the way they had responded to us originally was not the right course of action. And America has been the world's leading police force for almost 100 years now. And everything we have done in the past has done nothing to work, which is why World War II began, which is why we got into the Korean conflict, like the Vietnam conflict. All these happened because we didn't do things we said we were going to do, and it ended up in some big conflict. So we need to start doing what we're saying and showing people that they can't just do what they want.
Yeah, that
Like
really
whenever
works
they
out when
talk
Donald
to
Trump
America.
tacos, right?
No, ma'am.
No? Yeah, I would agree. It doesn't work out when Donald Trump tacos.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So he's not really standing 10 toes down on what he promises he's going to do.
I agree with that 100%.
Okay. So I'm still waiting for an
I,
explanation on how threatening genocide is diplomatic.
well, it's simple. If we genocide Iran after saying we're going to and they don't do what we want them to, what other country is going to say no after that? Sounds
That
pretty
would
good
be the
diplomatically to me.
opposite of what you're saying, right? If we stood by it, then that would fit what you just said. Also, can you speak up just a little bit? People are having a hard time hearing you. I hear you just fine because you're right in my ears, but other people are having a hard time. You're at
Yes,
max
ma'am, I
volume on
apologize.
my end, so
No, I apologize. Is that a little better, what I'm doing now?
I hope so.
I hope so too. Let me know, please.
You sound fine to me. It's going to be up on the chat.
I understand.
All right. So, I guess we'll just like okay, you said you didn't like what Iran did after the United States attacked them, after we went through 2 sham negotiations with them, where both times in the middle of the negotiations we bombed them.
No, it's not that. It was the comments that Iran made globally, like publicly to everybody about the U.S.
Like what?
Saying that we're not going to do anything that we said we were going to do. I mean, they were alleging to private conversations and, I mean, anything. I mean,
Donald
I don't
Trump
think what
told the
Trump said
entire
originally was
world
correct.
that
But
Iran gave him this mysterious gift when they
sorry, can you
didn't.
repeat that one more time?
Donald Trump told the world that Iran gave him this beautiful gift when they didn't.
Oh yeah, Trump says a lot of things. He's a pathological liar. But I mean, everyone can see that one.
So if he's a pathological liar, that means he doesn't stand by his words. So I guess I'm now even more confused why you still support him, because you said he stood strong on the world stage when it comes to diplomacy.
Well, I think he does because of his
Not if he
actions in the
backs out of
past.
things. That's
But
not
I think
being
yesterday was,
standing strong.
for me, his. I'm sorry. I think yesterday
You're
was,
awesome.
for me, his first big mess up. In terms of my eyes, I mean, I'm just one guy, but other than that, I mean, I think he messed up on that one. I don't think he should have pulled out, being completely honest with you about how I feel.
I mean,
I don't think we should have been over there in the first place, but since he already said it, he shouldn't have stopped. That's just how I feel.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't doing what. So you think he should have gone through and wiped out Iran?
100%.
And
If you would like me to go into more detail, I can.
no, I just confused why you're okay with genocide.
Well, easy. I mean, the human population has already been, like, we're already overpopulated. Like, I mean, people are living such comfortable lives in so many places of the world because there are so many people and so many nice things. I mean, kids are starting to become, like, born literally mentally retarded, and, like, autism is, like, going up and up and up as it
Autism
goes
is
on.
going up because people know how to diagnose it instead of just throwing people into mental institutions because they don't know what it is that's wrong with somebody's brain, because they don't think the same way. They're not neurotypical. They are
No,
neurodivergent.
ma'am.
Yeah, also
I'm talking
it's
about even
it's
before that.
genetic and hereditary, because
No, I'm
hereditary
talking
is
about before
genetic.
that. I
So
mean, look at how animals raise their kids. If if three monkeys grow up, the mom and the dad monkey have a kid monkey, and the monkey starts wilding out and starts beating up on some other tribe monkey, then that monkey's gonna get beat up by their parents.
I don't know what's wrong with you, guy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Holy crap, I actually got through.
Holy crap, you did. Sorry. I'm sorry, actually. How old are you?
I'm about to be 29. I'm just going to call myself old.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, pretty
Thanks.
much.
Guys, I've only seen two new members today. Is it possible that we can get 10 new members? There's a lot of people watching over on YouTube. I know y'all can do this. Can we get some new members today? If you are new here, be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button. And TikTok, if we can focus on the gift gallery, that would be great. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
You're
Hello.
awesome.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 35.
35. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I still support Donald Trump. I'm not supporting the antics he's doing right now. And the case I would just like to make is, to be honest, every politician, every president, every person with any influential power lies to our face. And I mean, Donald Trump is very deranged. I think he's got issues. I think he listens to his rich friends too much, but I also think he just speaks the truth. He lays it out like you're going to get it. And as far as the lying, I just think it's part of the position. I truly think every nominee, every past, present, prior, has always lied to us. So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that just because one person did something, it makes it okay that another person does the same thing.
But it continuously is happening. So just because you think that, I I just don't understand how that negates anything. It's already proven.
I think
We've
that
been lied
people should
to. We're
be,
continuously being lied
yeah,
to.
and people should be held accountable. When we don't hold people
100%.
accountable for the things that they say or the lies that they speak or the things that they don't do or the things that they have done, that's when people repeat the cycle. And then it continues to be excusable when the next person does it because we allowed somebody else to do it. So I don't understand why we're not holding the current person in power responsible just because we didn't hold the last person in power responsible. I don't see why we don't start making a trend that starts right now and dissuade people from doing the same thing and repeating the same behavior. Are you still there? Take that as a no. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Fucking kill yourself, fag.
That's rude. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm surprised I got through too.
Okay, not a problem. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, and are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What specifically has Donald Trump done that has earned your continued support since he's been back in office?
I feel like he's very consistent with his attitude, and he really means what he's going to do. There's a lot going on in the world, so there's a lot of disagreements with how fast he's taking things. But I mean, he's doing a lot with immigration. He's handling his war. He's doing what has to be done. Yeah.
So let's go over a couple of things, right? When it comes to the Ukraine-Russia war, Donald Trump said on his campaign trail in 2024 that he would end the war in 24 hours of being president. And then he upped the ante, said that he would end the war within 24 hours of being president-elect, while also saying, I don't even need to be president to end the war, but I'm going to wait to be president to end the war. He didn't do that. It is April 8, 2026, and the war is still ongoing between Russia and Ukraine. With that, he said, of course I was joking. So this is just one instance of where he's not serious. He also said in August of 2025 that if Russia didn't come to the negotiating table and calm down on what they were doing and make some kind of concessions, he was going to stop negotiating with them within 2 weeks. Well, the 2 weeks came and went, and he continued to do business with them, continued to even invite Putin to the White House, had our United States armed military forces roll out the red carpet quite literally for him. And every time that it comes to talking about making peace between Russia and Ukraine, it becomes, well, it'll be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then the
Well,
deadline
yeah. So
keeps
I
getting
do agree.
extended.
24 hours was the reach.
Yeah, but even now, the
Yeah.
2 weeks keeps getting extended out and it's come and gone. So that's never
I
happened.
mean,
He
it's
keeps
the same
breaking
thing
his
with
word.
a lot of past presidents. We can't get it all right, right? Even a Michelin chef restaurant, they're going to miss out an order. It's the same thing with past presidents. I mean, look at the Korean War. The Korean War never ended, right? So are we going to blame the president for doing something like that? And I'm pretty sure these points you're making is not the main reason you're not a fan of Trump,
Well,
right? I mean,
sir,
yes, you made
when
some good points, but
did
that's not
somebody
going to decide the
promise to
factor.
end the Korean War?
Well,
Did
that's a
did
whole different topic.
somebody,
That's
well,
a whole
you
different topic. But my point
well, you
is, you
brought it
can't
up. So let me
just
try,
because
let me
he
hold
has
on. Let me take you down this for a second,
okay,
okay?
okay.
You brought it up, right? That it had kept going on. And I would agree with you if a president had absolutely promised, I'm going to end it, right? Donald Trump has made promises multiple times, time and time again, that he would be imposing sanctions on Russia if they didn't stop or come to the negotiating table and make some kind of concessions in 2 weeks. The deadline continues to be
Right.
extended. And instead, what we've seen happen is a rollback on sanctions on Russia instead of more sanctions, which is now giving them more money to fund their war efforts in Ukraine, causing the death of additional civilians in Ukraine and in Russia. And I don't agree with that. You shouldn't make
Okay. Well,
promises you have
I
zero intentions of being able to complete.
those are good reasons why you don't support Trump, and I respect that. But I still have my reasons why I support Trump. There are
Oh
more than
no,
just
this
logistical
this
reasons.
was
There's
my
moral reasons in the
example
country.
okay. This was thank you, Kelly. This was my example for you and the point that you made that he keeps his promises. He doesn't. This is his consistent promise to the American people that he's going to batten down the hatches on Russia if they don't come to the negotiating table, but they keep not doing it. And in fact, we just have loosened it up instead.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think he's the best one who's going to get the job done currently.
I
There's no one
mean,
else that's going to do better.
correct. There's no one else to take the job right now. That's not even a point to even say.
Yeah, but I mean, our president, I feel like as Americans, we should support him right now instead of trying to tear him apart, especially
I
when we're at
disagree with
war.
that. Are you familiar with Teddy Roosevelt?
Yes.
All
Not in
right.
detail, but I'm aware of the president. Yeah.
Cool. So
But if you will
I'm
educate
gonna
me, I'm willing to learn.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up this quote. This is from him. This is directly from the Theodore Roosevelt Center. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, it is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public. Nothing but the truth should be spoken about him or anyone else, but it is even more important to tell the truth, pleasant or unpleasant, about him than anyone else. Speaking the truth about what Donald Trump has said in order to attempt to hold him accountable is absolutely important. And I agree with Teddy Roosevelt on this one. Like, we shouldn't unfallibly follow the president of the United States without thinking it through, without questioning what he's doing.
Yeah,
And to point
and
that
that's
out, like,
totally
he's
fine. That's
not
what
a
everyone
king,
should
and that's
do.
part of
Yeah.
the thing. That's why we should question him. And that's why we should speak the truth. Is any part about what I said in his 2-week deadlines been a lie about Russia and Ukraine?
I don't know if it's the truth. I don't know.
Okay. I would encourage you to look it up, how he's threatened sanctions on Russia, and didn't hold up on it, and then has, in fact,
I
released
mean, he's
sanctions on
definitely causing a
Russia.
scene in geopolitics, but I feel like we should focus on what he's doing for America. There's a lot of chaos externally, internationally, but I like the idea that he's putting Americans first, getting rid of the illegal
You brought
immigrants,
up,
putting Americans first.
I just want to be clear, you're the one who brought up geopolitics. And even when it comes to what is he doing for the American people, do you think that it was a good thing that 2.4 million American citizens were stripped off of SNAP benefits and are now facing food insecurity throughout our country?
Honestly, we have to do what we have to do. It's about time we put our American citizens first. I know you're tired of hearing it, but illegal immigrants are coming and they're doing what they do. We have to put a stop to it. Maybe it can be addressed in a more unviolent way, sure. But
2.4? No, hold on. I don't know where you're bringing up immigrants from. It's 2.4 American citizens have been removed from SNAP benefits. That has nothing to do with immigrants. And if considering the Donald Trump administration is currently petitioning Congress after they're back from recess for $200 billion to continue to fund the war efforts in Iran, then absolutely we can continue to feed 2.4 million American citizens, which only costs the tax-paying citizen $36 a year to feed the entire pot of all citizens that are on SNAP benefits. It's not 36 per person on SNAP. It's $36 in an entire year out of your annual salary that goes into the pot to feed 42 million American citizens.
and but you can bring up some points, but I have bigger points that I haven't gotten to. When it comes to immigration. I think that's a whole bigger issue that we're focused on right now. We can't tackle all the small problems at first, you know. I
This
mean,
isn't
sure,
a
he's going right for the
small
entree and
problem.
tip
This
of
is
the
a problem
appetizer, but
that I don't know why you're going to immigration, sir. This is a problem that he chose to create when the one big beautiful bill was pushed and passed by the Republicans in Congress
yeah, but it's
and
like
then
you're kind of
signed
picking
into
the
law.
topics here.
Sir,
Okay.
you said putting Americans first. I'm asking how
Yeah,
is
putting Americans first.
2.4 million American citizens off of SNAP benefits putting America first?
I mean, if you're just pointing out, I mean, you brought up geopolitics, you brought up Ukraine in the first place,
You
but
brought up geopolitics. I gave Ukraine as an example.
yeah, but I'm telling you all the good things that he's doing for his country, and you're just completely neglecting it and just going back to your bulletin. So
No,
there
I'm
has to be
talking to
two
you about
sides,
the
and both
points
sides
on
asking the
things that
question.
you've said that then I've opened up and expanded upon it. And it is making you
Okay.
uncomfortable, which is why you're not wanting to stay on this topic because it is an uncomfortable conversation to have.
No, I just feel like I couldn't really talk about Trump's narrative. Like, I want to speak about the good things that he's doing for our country.
You said he was putting
And I like the way that he
America
addresses things.
first.
Yeah, he's putting Americans first.
How is stripping 2.4 million American citizens off of SNAP benefits that are now facing food insecurity putting America first?
There has to be a reason. Well, what do you think is the reason he's doing that? What could benefit him? What do you think?
What could
Why do you
benefit?
think he's doing it?
I honestly don't think that it
Do
was
you
a
think he's
personal
just doing it
benefit for
intentionally? He's
him.
doing it intentionally,
Sure, he needed to
without no bigger
pay.
picture.
Yeah,
He's just
he
trying
needed
to.
to pay for the tax cuts that he gave to the upper, richer class of American citizens, the top
So you're saying he's
1%.
taking the working class's money and then giving it to the rich, right?
Yes, sir. That's how it's always been, unfortunately, since Reaganomics was
Yes, and it's
created.
going to continue being that way. So why don't we focus on making America the greatest superpower right now? China's going to shut us down. Russia's coming for us. We don't even know if we're going to win this Iran war. Why do we care? Why would we care about this $2.4 million? We have
It's
lives
not
out there.
$2.4 million. It's 2.4 American living, breathing citizens that are
Yeah, but you're
existing
talking about
on our earth
such
right
a
now in
small.
our country. 2.4 million is not small, sir. That's a significant portion of our country
I
population. And a
understand,
lot
but
of
we
them
have to
are
think about the bigger
children. Do you
picture.
think that children should starve?
No, I don't think the children should starve. I don't
Okay.
think
So
children
are
should
the
starve.
2.4 million citizens not American citizens? Is that your claim then? Or
That's not my claim. I'm saying maybe that's something he'll work on. But right now, we're at
No,
war
it's
with
not.
Iran.
He bragged
And
about the fact that 2.4 million people were taken off a SNAP at a State of the Union speech in February.
well, what are you gonna do about it? What's the better
I'm
alternative?
going to
What do you think
speak
he should have
truth to
done?
power here, sir, about the fact that 2.4 million American citizens were stripped and removed off of SNAP benefits, which is a deplorable thing because now our citizen population is facing food insecurity.
Yeah, but that's kind of the cost. I mean, we're at
Cost of
war.
what? No, this was
It's the
passed
cause and
July
effect.
4th. This was passed on July 4th of 2025. We weren't at war in July 4th, 2025.
Are you saying the issue is that we're at war
You just
because
said that. No,
Uh-huh.
you're the one who just said we're at war. I'm saying the one big beautiful bill was passed in July of 2025. The SNAP changes went into effect January 1st, 2026. Were we at war during either of those dates that I just mentioned?
Yeah, but we're at war right now. But okay, so maybe that's something he needs to address. So why don't we work on that? But
What is he
do
doing
you
to
want to find a
address
whole
it?
new leader to take that into effect? Who else are you going to elect right now?
Sir, you can't because I agree with our electoral process. We have an election for the president every 4 years. It's 2026. That's not the year.
Okay, I just feel like we have bigger problems to think about. Like,
Bigger problems than our next generation of people in America starving?
okay, that's a good point. Maybe I shouldn't overlook it. That is a big issue. Maybe that could cause starvation, but is that you're just saying that's directly going to cause American citizens to starve? I doubt that's going to happen. Okay, like
Do you think that people don't die of starvation in our country?
they definitely do, but they definitely starve a lot more in other countries. That's why they come over here and assimilate into the culture and make America great.
Why can't we want better for our
And we
own
work hard.
population?
That's why we vote for Trump.
No, he's the one that removed people off of these benefits. That doesn't compute.
Okay, but you can't get everything you want, you know. Sometimes we can't
It's
get
what
everything.
he pushed for.
Yeah, but
This is the bill that he
yeah,
signed
but
off on. There were two options. There were two different options that were presented in Congress, right? One was presented in the Senate. He didn't like that deal. The stripping of the new SNAP rules were put into the bill by the House of Representatives, the bill that Donald Trump endorsed himself and wanted to continue. This was his choice. His advisors, because I don't believe he personally read it. I will say that much. I don't believe he personally read it. His advisors read it and said, "Sir, I think this is the one you go with." And he's like, "All right, I will
I
endorse
don't think
the House bill."
I do agree, but I do think SNAP benefits as a whole is not going to be the solution to homelessness. That's not going to get everyone fed.
Then what's the solution to people starving?
People are always going to starve in America no matter what. This is a capitalist society. And no matter what,
Sweet,
structurally,
let's get rid
someone's
of
going to have to beg.
capitalism.
We're not going to get rid of capitalism. Do you guys hear
We're
this?
not?
No way. In 2026, we can't get rid. We will never get rid of capitalism.
Never?
Never.
So
That's
what
why
do you
there's
think it
genocide.
means
That's why
when
we're killing each other. It's all for money, and we're just making it faster now. Instead of saying take the bus back to El Salvador, we're just picking him out and tying him up. And people are complaining. The media is fucking demonizing Trump, but at the end of the day, it's an agenda, and Trump is helping us push it the fastest.
I think we got there, so you're an accelerationist.
Yeah. But I feel like I've talked enough. But thank you very much for your time. I was educated.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.
Thanks. I'm trying to find the DJ glasses in here. Well, we got there, guys. That's super America first to just be like, everyone's just going to die. So sounds very much like a certain someone. Guys, if you are new and you haven't hit that follow or that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that now. If the best way to show your support is to become a sub. Thank you guys for the 7 new members over on YouTube. I appreciate that so much. If we can, well, actually at that point we have hit 10 new members. If anybody else wants to become one, I appreciate you guys. I will read your super chats here shortly. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay, guess not. So if you guys want to send a super chat, I promise I will read it towards a little bit afterwards. It is the easiest way to support me. We also do direct donations at Mermaid RE0 on Cash App, Venmo. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And what specifically has Donald Trump achieved in his 14 months back in office that has earned your continued support?
He's done well with the helping get rid of the transgender ideology.
What's the ideology?
How, like, when Biden was in, he would let kids convert from male to female or female to male.
Can you show me that policy?
Policy.
Yeah.
No, like, that was just something that was going on in the world.
Oh, can you show me what state allowed that to happen? Like, that would have to be in law
California.
somewhere.
They're actually,
Okay, what's
they
that?
implemented
What's
it in their
that?
school systems.
What did they implement in their school system specifically?
They were teaching kids about, like, turning transgender and whatnot. And then there were
Turning
even
transgender? How do you turn transgender?
When
still
so when
reading for
a
the policy
when a male
too.
turns into a female and they're not
That's
biologically female,
not
they're
turning
turning themselves into a
transgender.
transgender.
No,
Huh?
that's not what that is. Thanks, Northside, for being a member for 1 month. That's not what that is. And can you give me the
Is it
law that
not?
makes it okay or
So,
makes that
so
a
are you
thing?
saying that it is?
No, I'm not saying
So
anything
wait,
about that. I'm actually just saying that you're
so if
wrong.
I'm
Can
incorrect,
you tell me the name of
then
the
can
law
you
or the
correct me?
name of the school policy in
Policy.
California?
We're not talking about policies.
You're
We're talking about
awesome.
If it's happening in schools, there would be a record of it happening. So that would
yeah.
be in the
When
school
Biden was
board
in office.
policy. Okay, where's the
When
policy?
Biden
Where
was
can
in
I
office.
find it? It's not just when
You-
Biden was in office. Where is the policy that was implemented by a California school board that allowed people
not
to
California
convert?
school board.
It would have to have been the school board because it's the school board that chooses the curriculum.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Doesn't sound like you're really talking much of anything right now, if I'm being honest. I think you should have cut off your sentence when you said, I'm not talking, and then just stop talking. Good boy. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, how are you?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
And what has Donald Trump achieved in his first year back in office that has earned your continued support?
I think the number one being the migrant crisis that we had as a country, specifically how it affected me because I live in actually a sanctuary city, which is
Okay.
Chicago.
I'm going to pause you for a moment. I don't care about your anecdotal story.
Okay.
Thank you. So what specifically was his policy?
I mean, he tightened up the border
And how did
to
he do that?
well, he committed resources to ICE, right? And I'm not saying that everything they're doing is right, but I do think that we shouldn't allow people into the country without them going through due process, and that we should have a strong border.
Oh, what is due process?
So coming in through a port of entry and seeking asylum and going through the process if they are
That's not due
seeking asylum,
process. What is due process?
applying to get citizenship and
Incorrect.
going through
That's
the
not
legal.
due process. What is due process?
What does it mean to you? Does it mean crossing a river and coming into this country illegally? I don't think that's due process.
No. When are you given the option to have due process? What needs to occur for you to be going through due process?
I don't really feel like I understand what your question is, but
Okay, and that's fine. We'll go ahead and pause there and I'll explain. Due process only kicks in for an individual when rights are attempted to be infringed upon or taken away or restricted by the government.
okay. So are you stating that
So it's not
a
due process
non-U.S.
when somebody is
citizen?
trying to enter the country.
Okay, so are you saying a non-U.S. citizen has the right to due process
Per the
without any
14th Amendment,
legitimacy?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, per the 14th Amendment.
And what does the 14th Amendment
Would
say?
you like it verbatim?
Sure.
Cool. We'll go ahead and pull this up directly from Congress. Cool. Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. This is the important part here. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, semicolon, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Any person, sir. Every person that is on United States soil is allotted due process when their rights are being infringed upon as given to them by the United States Constitution and the laws within their state.
So read the first sentence of that
That's
again.
basically about birthright citizenship. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Period. That's the first sentence.
Got it. Okay. Okay, I would agree with that, but I don't think that right. Sure, but I still, so do you feel like it's right for someone to jump the border illegally and basically use our resources without going through the proper way of doing things?
Do I wish that every person that is entering into the country went through the proper channels? Yes.
Okay, so that's my argument.
It wasn't. You were saying that they need to have due process, which is incorrect. Like, because the system, the process that they go
I mean,
through in order
that's
to
what it
enter the
basically
country,
comes down to,
it's
like
not due
that
process
you
at the
go through the
southern
right
or the
channels
northern
when coming
border.
to this
That's
country,
right. It's a
not just
process.
jumping the
That's
border,
that's
taking away
a sir.
resources from citizens
hmm
that actually need money. I mean, we have a
Sir.
poverty crisis here in the United States.
Donald Trump doesn't care about
So,
that anyway. The process of entering into our country is a process. However, it is not due process, is the point that I was making to you. Now, if
okay,
you
and my
actually
point is
agree,
that we shouldn't
hi,
allow people into this country.
pause. If you actually agree that immigrants are in fact entitled to due process as it states in the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution and the 5th Amendment of the United States Constitution, then you would actually be against Donald Trump's immigration policy because him and his administration and the Department of Homeland Security are actively violating due process rights of immigrants in our country.
Okay, I mean, I don't agree with you. That's your opinion, but
It's not my
I
opinion. It was even written by the Supreme Court of the United States in 2 cases.
okay, and that can be changed at any point. That doesn't mean anything. If something's
At
approved by the
any
Supreme
point, no,
Court,
it's not at any point, sir. There's an entire lengthy process that it takes to get
right,
to the Supreme Court. They are the top and final court of the land, right?
right, and that, I mean, things could change at any point. We saw that in Roe
How is that
versus,
going to change? Yeah, that's not at any point, sir. When was the Dobbs decision?
I don't know, that's irrelevant. All I know is that we
No,
don't have
no,
a
this
migrant
actually is
crisis.
now
We
this
don't have
now is
people
relevant. Pause. Hold on.
staying
I'm
outside
making a
in
point
tents
here. I'm making a point here.
outside of our
Hi,
police stations,
sir, sir,
robbing
sir,
people.
sir,
So
sir,
that's exactly my
sir,
point. We can't have chaos.
sir. When was Roe v. Wade decided by the Supreme Court of the United States?
I don't know how that's relevant to what
You
we're
brought it
talking
up, and
about.
I'm making a point with this. 1973. Now, when was it overturned with the Dobbs decision?
Just recently. And I don't agree with that, but I do agree that we should have a
2022.
strong border, and
No,
that's
no,
the
I'm
only
using this.
thing.
Okay. You brought up Roe v. Wade. You're like, just look at Roe v. Wade. See how like things can just turn on a whim. It wasn't a whim, sir. It took almost 50 years for Roe v. Wade to be overturned, and not for lack of trying. Okay? There were multiple cases that made it all the way up to the Supreme Court, and then were decided against upholding the decision of Roe v. Wade. That's where we got Casey, which determined the point of viability within that applied to Roe v. Wade as well, right? These things that don't just get overturned on the next case. They don't. It takes time.
Okay, I understand that, but just
Cool.
going back to, we should have, I mean, people should go through the proper channels to get into this country, not just come here and assume that they're entitled to benefits. We have
They
our
don't get
own issues.
benefits,
We have a lot of
sir.
issues as a country that we need to resolve as a people. There's a poverty crisis. There's a drug epidemic.
Trump is
So
doing
we
nothing
can't
to help
afford to
either of
take
those
in
issues, sir.
immigrants right now when our country is $40+ trillion in debt. And that's what it comes down to, and that's why it's important.
Sir, Donald Trump isn't doing anything to fix our homelessness, to fix our poverty rate. In fact, each time that he's been president of the United States, our Gini coefficient has increased. The Gini coefficient, because I'm just going to assume most people don't know what it is, and that's fine. I don't expect everyone to know. The Gini coefficient, in simple terms, measures the split between the upper class and the lower class. It measures that gap of wages, right? That wealth gap. That's the word I was looking for. Our Gini coefficient has continued to increase since Reaganomics started under Ronald Reagan, and it has continued to increase at a semi-dramatic level with Donald Trump and his implementation. Right now, last time I checked, we are at 41.8%, which is pretty high. He doesn't care about the lower middle class. Otherwise, he wouldn't continue to give people making over $400,000 or even just over $1 million high pay cuts.
Okay, I appreciate your debate, but thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
And you have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Of course. Someone said you've never heard of the term. Yeah, I don't. It's my little accounting brain that I like. Okay, I think we have time for one more call. But let me read through some of these. So now if you guys want to have your super chat read, now would be the time to send one and I will get to it. Trump encloses borders. Would you rather top 50 or many illegal immigrants that can be gangsters or scammers? We have gangsters and scammers that are United States citizens. I don't like. Are we going to do something about them? Just saying. I support continue to being sarcastic. Yeah, I also support being sarcastic. We may have a difference of opinion as far as politics, but that's not all there is. You seem very intelligent to me, and I did not think you were 34, 3 years younger than me. Are you kidding? Yeah, I don't. I agree. I don't look my age. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is a lovely compliment. This guy doesn't know whose stream it is. They usually don't. Thank you, Hazel. Typical Democrat. Gaslights and then plays loud music over you if they can't argue. Okay. I assume that you're the guy that got upset that I asked you a question, so you asked me a question in return because you didn't want to answer the question that I asked you. And you thought you were going to run the conversation your way for whatever reason. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Again, truly, I'm sorry that your feelings were hurt. I hope that you talk to your therapist about it later. I'm sure that they need to know. Okay. You weren't up there. You didn't call in for a real conversation, and you proved that. So that wasn't gaslighting. Please try to look up what gaslighting is. Gaslighting would be, I'll give you an example, okay? Gaslighting would be if you kept telling me that the light was on, and I said, no, it's off. And then you kept saying, no, I see it. The light is on. No, are you blind? It's off. What is wrong with your eyes? You need to get them checked out. That's gaslighting. Oh, I hope that helps. F Trump, $70 for a full tank of gas is insane. I agree, that's insane. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Don't matter, you a bitch.
Oh no, you hurt my feelings. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
36.
Can you turn down the stream in the background for me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear?
No worries.
Is it still coming through?
Yeah, I still hear something.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Guys, if you're new, be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Moni, are you still around? Moni, are you here?
Sorry, I didn't know how good my headphones were.
No worries. Okay, and so you said you are still supporting Donald Trump. What has Donald Trump done since he's been back in office to earn your continued support?
Well, let's see. Well, I appreciate the tax cuts with my kids. With some of the kids, that was pretty solid. But that was, I guess, that was last in office.
Okay. So what has he done currently?
The overturned, well, the influencing of the Roe v. Wade decision was pretty solid.
That wasn't in his current term in office, so still irrelevant.
You're awesome.
Well, I mean, it was, you know, per his Supreme Court justices. So
Wasn't in his current term in office.
Okay.
So what has he done currently that's earned your continued support?
The immigration policy is pretty solid.
What specifically?
Net immigration is, I think, negative now, which is good. We need to sort of lean back on that.
Okay, where can I find the statistics on net immigration being negative? From dhscbpic.gov. That is not a news, media, or press release. And also, that's not a policy. That would be a result.
Right, a result of the immigration policy, which is what I said. You said right.
No, I asked you for the policy. But
I'm sorry, I cut out for a second.
it's like, so what's the
You're
policy?
Awesome.
Let's see. Well, whatever. I'm not sure if it's called a direct policy. I'm just enforcing immigration.
So I guess you should support every president because they've always enforced our immigration laws. Otherwise, somebody would have already been.
That's obviously not true. Good
Oh,
try,
can you
but
show me where
obviously
somebody
not true.
was? Can you show me where somebody was fully impeached and removed from their appointed position or removed from office? because of immigration?
Uh,
Can you show me any
what?
lawsuits where against people for failing to uphold the immigration laws of our country?
Well, I mean, people aren't being held to account for their actions ever. So,
That's
name a
not true.
politician that's been held to
Donald
account
Trump,
for their
sorry,
actions.
that's not true. The Department of Justice has time to go off after Letitia James and Jack Smith, but they don't have time to go after former DHS secretaries or employees for just letting things slide and violating the letter of the law. That doesn't
I
make
guess
sense.
not.
Why do they have
It
time
was
for Letitia
happening.
James and for Jack
I'm not
Smith,
sure.
but they don't have time for
Who are
actual
these
people
people?
that were violating the law? So can you show me where
What
Mayorkas
did Jack Smith
violated the
do?
letter of the
What did Jack
law?
Smith do? Out of curiosity.
Jack Smith filed 2 lawsuits against Donald Trump, one for the missing documents, and second one was conspiracy on January 6th as well, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what is he getting? Sorry, what is he getting charged for?
Nothing. Statute of limitations ran out. And they dismissed the
Well, what
case
was he
that was
getting charged
filed.
for?
Pause. They dismissed the case that they did file against him. It was because they claimed he lied to Congress, right? But it does have a statute of
Right.
limitations. But yeah, so they claimed that he lied to
You're
Congress, and then
awesome.
the judge dismissed it for being what is it called?
Oh, so he's not being held accountable. That's interesting.
Yeah, let me finish.
I thought you just said he was being held accountable.
No, I didn't. You're not listening.
Oh, I am, but
You're
I mean, maybe
not.
you're not paying
If that's
attention.
what you thought I saw, then you're not listening. Or perhaps you're not
You said
comprehending.
that.
I'm
Oh
unsure
yeah,
which one it
trying to go
is, so
after
I'll
these
go
people,
ahead.
but not these people.
It was considered a malicious prosecution. That's what it was considered, because they simply went after him with no actual evidence that he did lie to Congress, simply for the fact that he had filed lawsuits that were his job under the Department of Justice. So I hope that helps.
You know, they considered it malicious, or was malicious?
The judge
Did they prove it was
dismissed it.
malicious?
The judge dismissed it as malicious
Due to
prosecution.
statute of limitations?
No.
Oh, I thought it was dismissed due to statute of limitations.
No, they can't refile because of statute of limitations. This is how I know you're not understanding what
Oh.
I'm saying. The
Well, you said
judge
that's why it was
dismissed. That's not what I
right, so
said. You're not listening.
I haven't.
Okay. The judge dismissed the charges against Jack Smith for lying to Congress, therefore committing perjury, as malicious prosecution because Donald Trump put it out on his True Social post that he wanted Pam Bondi to specifically go after Jack Smith and Letitia James. Malicious prosecution. Thank you, Nancy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, was he lying?
I don't know.
Oh. So so we'll call it maybe you didn't mean to have a neutral point there. What was the other person?
Letitia James.
Letitia James. Oh, would you like to explain that one to me?
Sure, she's the one that fought and won the lawsuit on Donald Trump when it comes to his mortgage fraud.
Oh. Was that the one where they say he's a felon because another person didn't pay some money?
Nope, that's not it either.
Which
Anyways,
could be
so the Department of Justice tried to go after Letitia James, saying that she lied when she co-signed or got a mortgage for the second house that her niece was living in, even though it was listed on the paperwork as being a second home, and it was even clarified in an email that it was a second home, and so it didn't qualify for like the first time home buyer discount or whichever one it was. And because it was an email clarifying it, it was only on one singular piece of paper that said that it was a primary home or her primary resident. They dismissed it because, again, It was all shown that it was malicious prosecution. Donald Trump vowed to go after his enemies when he ran for office in 2024, and he's doing that instead of actually focusing on the fact, per your claim, per what everyone's been told in the Republican Party and continues to be told in the Republican Party, that the previous
Then why was
administration,
immigration
I'm
so high if
still
they weren't?
literally, oh, shush. Okay. The previous administration, you were told that the previous administration just allowed all of these people to flood the zone into the United States of America. All of these immigrants were just allowed to come into the country because they ignored the laws of our country. And yet not a single person that was working at Department of Homeland Security at that time, nor the Secretary of Homeland Security, is being held to account because Donald Trump is too busy focusing on people that prosecuted him because he promised that's exactly what he was going to do. So you have zero evidence that people were allowed, which is a very specific word that people use, allowed to enter into the United States of America unvetted. Nah, I think I'm good with you, sir. You're just like, I think you have a kid to focus on. So have a good one. Okay. We're going to go through a couple of more of these. Moni, I wanted to show you something. Hold on. I'll send it to you. Okay. Trump's USA is very unpredictable now. It is. Trump is the head clown in the circus. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Sam. Trump's new name should be Bozo. I don't disagree. Moose, thank you so much for the New Zealand 10. Hey, MAGA, I want you to cite the accords or international agreement that every country signed that made America the world police, seeing as your country refuses to acknowledge the ICC and the ICJ. That's a great point. Yeah, when did we become the world police? But we don't even live up or acknowledge the international bodies. We do at least acknowledge the Geneva Conventions. USA, the world police. What about China, Russia? Yeah, they don't care about that. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Jesus is son of God, then Trump is son of the Satan. That's funny. Eisenhower actually promised to end the Korean War. Then fuck Eisenhower for not doing it. Simple as that. Europe on average officially has lower poverty rates, lower starvation rate, lower medical costs, lower student loans close to zero, and close to zero kids dying from gun violence. But we're the superpower. Good point. Thank you for the Canadian 10. You progressive or just liberal? Just wondering. I am a progressive. Secular humanist. Yes, Cato Institute proved immigrants are a net benefit. I agree with that. Thank you, JDM. MAGA is a genocidal. I don't disagree with you. The one guy 100% doubled down and saying that people deserve to be yoinked. Alrighty, let me see here. 1 second, guys. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on over here. Thank you guys so much for being here again. If you are new and you haven't already hit that follow button, go ahead and hit that button now. Thank you guys for the 11 new members over on YouTube. Thank you guys for all of this super. Okay. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let's see. I want to do something and I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. I appreciate you guys coming and joining me for some fun conversations. Let's see. That's upcoming. That's not live now. Oh, guys, if you are on TikTok and you're not following my backup account, that's right over here. Hit that follow button on it now. I appreciate you guys. It's okay. It happens. I got,
You're awesome.
Who? Thoughts on the 13-hour ceasefire? I'm annoyed that now it's the US and Iran treating the ceasefire like it's a goddamn light switch. Like, what the actual... Don't be making me mad. Actually, I think I know who to do on this one. I don't know who else is... Is he on right now? Hold on. let's see if we can't get y'all here then. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I can't find it. Okay. Well. All right. Well. I know what we're going to do. You guys have a great evening over on YouTube and on Twitch. Twitch, you guys can find me somebody to raid. You're much easier to do there. Yeah, I'm very tired of the ceasefire being a fucking sham. It's so ridiculous. Honest to goodness, it's a ridiculous sham. That's how I feel about it. Okay. All right. So yeah, guys, I'll be back on live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And y'all have a great rest of your evening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do or do. I don't